Alrighty. Long time no see, guys. How's everything doing? Well, this is, as the stream says, the last stream of the year. Let me fix my mic real quick. Do it like this. Okay, hopefully that'll be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Sorry, it's been a bit, so kind of forget some things, know how it is. Okay, well, talk about some things here, but you know how it is because that's what I've been doing all day, all year actually. To put on a game here. Talk about some things. Let's see. Well, actually, I should have the game mode first, and then I will put it up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's leave it like that. Full screen. Oh, well, that's how they do full screen? Okay. That's full screen. Hopefully the audio doesn't just decide to just give up halfway. It'd be doing that sometimes. I don't know why, but that's that. Okay, even though this is like not all right. Hold on a second. No. This is what we're gonna do. Take that off. Streaming on my Mac. It's a bit different on Mac. Oh my goodness. Which one is it? Hmm? Okay, it's gonna be like this then. Alrighty then. Well, if that's how it is, then that's how it is. Oh, no. Which one is it? There we go. Like that. Put it here like this. Bootleg stream. There we go. Is that like? Yep. Oh, hold on a second. Got a little bit, like a little bit chopped on the top. Okay, recenter this. There we go. The best game there is. Mario Golf. Alrighty, man, this was definitely one of the years of all time, for me at least. Definitely a lot going on. Where do I begin? Oh boy. Let's see. I can just go through my channel and just go through all the things I've done for the past year and such. Kind of like a recap of everything that happened. So let's see. So I started the year playing CK3, various streams of Crusader Kings 3, and I just never really, I never did it to completion. I did 3 streams. Hold on a second. Okay. This is a very hard one. Okay. So I started. I'm gonna get back on topic. I started off the year playing CK3. Yep, this was Jan 6 of last year. Of this year, excuse me. And I was trying to do some CK3 streams, but it just never really worked out, you know. I even tried to do a Crusader Kings 3 stream not that long ago, but it's just, unfortunately, at least for me, the way I do streams, it's just, Crusader Kings 3 is just not the best kind of stream for me to do. Because for me to do that kind of stream, it just requires a lot of roleplay, and, you know, it's not that I can't come up with things on my own, it's just, if there's nobody to see it, it's kind of like, you know, not really, well, let me just put it this way, it's really not really worth the effort. It's not worth the trouble to try to come up with a whole bunch of lore and all of that for only like 2 people to see it, basically. It's just not feasible. If I have a bit more people, then perhaps I'll do more streams like that, because at least there will be other people. We'll have a fun time, talk about things. It's just for now, we're gonna leave it. No streams like that. And I might even extend that to Europa Universalis, although Europa Universalis is a bit more technical. It's not really necessary for roleplay. I can just play the game and just play it. I don't have to put roleplay to it. I don't think people really do roleplays with Europa Universalis 5. I could be wrong, but it's just not that kind of game. Okay. One stream I did do that was really great in the beginning of this year, all the way back in January, was Mario Into the Multiverse. And that, for me, set off a whole thing for me. Mario Into the Multiverse is probably, you know, one of the best ROM hacks I've ever played. I mean, it is my first Mario 64 ROM hack, so maybe when I play more Mario 64 ROM hacks, I might have a different opinion, because it is the first one that I played. I was recommended a video by Vine Sauce, if anybody knows who that is, and they were playing, I don't know which guy was it that was playing it, but I just know that it was like really fun. It was really cool. And I wanted to check it out for myself. Oh my goodness, I'm so trash. But yeah, that's something. Now, this stream does say my last stream, and this is my last stream of the year. But I might do like a video where I like do a tier list of like all of the things, all of the streams and videos I did, just to like, you know, simple content. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. Yeah, it shouldn't be anything too bad. I'll probably do a video, but you know, we're here right now, so I can talk about my streams. Then I tried to do one stream of Pokemon, a ROM hack called Volt White. And the reason why I did not continue that one is kind of the same reason why I decide I'm not going to do Crusader Kings 3 streams. It's just that it's a lot of talking for an output of only like a couple people, if any. It's not worth the trouble. I don't mind speaking. I like talking, right? Anybody who knows me would know that that's no secret, right? That's pretty... like, that doesn't even need to be explained. I like talking. I acknowledge that I like talking. And people know that. But reading a bunch of things over and over again just isn't something that is for me. I don't mind reading in video games. I've been reading in video games a bit more and more now. Reading things a bit out loud now. But I just... when I'm reading, I'm focusing on what I'm reading. But I don't know, in my mind, when I'm reading something, I'm focusing on what I'm reading, but I also have to explain things, because if anybody comes in the middle of stream, you know, it's just when I watch a stream, and I come into the middle of it, I like it when streamers kind of got like a little, like, they explain things. So, okay, maybe I didn't see the beginning parts of the game, but I'm not like in the dust because I didn't watch the first 5 streams of the guy playing it because he's explaining what's going on. I'm not saying that like the guy needs to explain every little detail about the game every single time, like a recap. That's not what I'm saying, and that's not, you know, what I'm gonna do either. But some explanations is fine, because, you know, sometimes people look at other people playing games as like a way, like, you know, because that's what I do. Like, if I'm gonna get a new game, I look at other people playing it and they're explaining it, and if I like what they're explaining, I get it, and if I don't like what I'm seeing, then I don't get it. So that's pretty simple, right? It's not really something that's that complicated. But it's just, long story short, for me to do all that I just described for a Pokemon game is a bit too much, because Pokemon is very, very technical. It's actually extremely technical despite how it looks. And it's not that I don't mind playing it. It's just, if I don't have, you know, I need some motivation to do something like that. There's gotta be some incentive for me to do that. And right now, that's just not the case. And that's okay. This is alright. I can play. There's plenty of other games I can play. Alrighty. I think we're just gonna go for the... we can go for a long putt. I'm gonna have to hit this pretty hard though. Let's see. We got a slope here. About that much. Ooh, hit it too hard though. Okay. I'll take the par. I'll take the par. No birdie. Then I continued later on playing more streams. Doing more streams of me playing Mario ROM hacks. Let me make sure that OBS is still recording everything. Okay. Because sometimes OBS, when you're doing things on Mac, the Mac just turns off audio for some reason. I don't know why it does that, but it does that sometimes. Okay. And then I tried playing Judgment. A couple streams of Judgment. Alright, let me explain something about Judgment. So, here's the thing about Judgment. Judgment is not a bad game. Alright? I played Lost Judgment on my Xbox One. On the Xbox One, they have Lost Judgment, but they don't have Judgment. I was playing Lost Judgment, and I was playing it. It's like, wow, this is a really fun game. There's a lot of things to do in this game. But like when I was playing it, I didn't realize that actually Lost Judgment is part 2 of a game I haven't played. So, okay, Lost Judgment is part 2 to Judgment. Okay, then let me play Judgment. Even though it's the same game, it's the same kind of Yakuza style game, Judgment in the beginning is very rough. When I was playing Lost Judgment, I'm like, wow, this game is so fun. How come the Yakuza people that make the Yakuza games, they never continued the series? Well, I can see why they didn't continue the series, because the first game, my goodness, that intro section of the game is real rough. And I will even say it's very boring. Not a whole lot happens. Alright? I'm sure if I continue playing the game, it's going to be a bit more like fun. But I can see that people probably play the game and drop it. Because here's the thing that some people don't understand. A game could be good, but if the beginning of the game is trash, people are not going to play it. And it can be like, oh yeah, well the game is good, you just got to get past the boring part. Well, people will do that to some extent, but my goodness, Judgment, you got to have like, it takes a whole lot to get through that game. Because I don't even, like, I'm thinking back right now, I don't even know what's happening, like what I played. I know I played a long time ago, but like I played Judgment 2 years ago. I played Lost Judgment 2 years ago, and I still remember what I was doing in that game. Where I was at, I was looking into a school, trying to catch this guy, and now I'm doing a storyline where I'm helping this girl not be bullied. And I haven't played the game for 2 years, and I haven't seen any content from the game. And I still remember what I did 2 years ago. And I played Judgment, the first game, like a couple months ago, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing in that game. I think I'm helping the guy that got in trouble with the police, but like that's it. I have no idea besides that. That game is a real slog in the beginning. Again, maybe it gets good later on, but that's gonna have to be a stream I might do for Twitch. I might do it like an announcement later on. I am thinking of going back to Twitch. I did some streams on Twitch. I was streaming Ninja Gaiden, and now that they've released Ninja Gaiden 4 not too long ago, I might do that. I'm talking about the 3D Ninja Gaiden games, not the 2D ones. The 3D Ninja Gaiden game, I'm going to do that. It's just that like that game is hard, but Twitch is Twitch. Alright, Twitch has its reputation for a reason, right? They can make a fuss about it, they can complain, but people know it has a reputation for a reason. It's not fair. It's not a fair platform. They have the people that they like, and if you're not in that group, that Twitch group with the bread tubers and all those other weirdos, then you're not gonna get too far. Right? It's a good place to grow. If you're a small streamer, it's a good place to grow. It's not a good place to prosper. That's for YouTube. Although the issue with some people though is they do that, right? They go to Twitch, they try to go to Twitch, then they try to switch over to YouTube, and their Twitch fan base doesn't switch over to YouTube. It's very hard if you're a streamer for one to go to the other. It's just very hard to do so. Let me look at my stream pulled up. Well, actually, I can't have my stream pulled up because I'm looking at my channel. It's okay. I don't think anybody's saying any comments. Nope, no comments. Yep, that's indicative of the whole year that I was streaming. Okay. So for the first couple of months, I would say from January until June, I haven't been doing a lot of streams because I'm in college. This past year, I actually, looking at my things, I did more streams last year than I did this past year. Yeah, I did way more streams in 2024 than I did in 2025. In 2025, I didn't do that much. I did barely anything in comparison to 2024. It's not even comparable. Wow. I didn't even realize how little I streamed this whole year. What? That's it? Wow. I didn't even stream. I barely streamed this year. Oh, I'm real busy. I didn't have time. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it this whole year because I've been delaying streams. Like, I would have like a whole week planned out, but then I'll space it out, and then eventually I'll do like, oh, well, I'll do these streams next month. I've been real busy, man. The hard work pays off. Eventually, it's just a matter of time until it gets to that point. Okay, so Judgment's real rough. Then I did the Annie interview. Now, speaking solely on the Annie interview, right? Because I know there was some other controversies, and I'm gonna cover them in passing. Just cover them in passing. I gotta be very careful with what I say because you know how anybody who is in that, they know how it is. Oh my goodness. I had the perfect lineup and I messed it up. Okay. Yeah, by the way, if you ever played this game, you can save Scum by just saving the game and it sends you back to the menu. Just start the thing over again. Okay. Don't ask for a dedicated Mario Golf stream. It's most likely never gonna happen. This is the stream I'm gonna do when I'm talking about other things. There's not gonna be a dedicated Mario Golf stream, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is something I learned more and more as I stream. If you're going to stream, do not stream every single game that you have. Now let me explain. There are some games that you buy and you're just like, you know what, this game would be really good for streaming. And sometimes, yeah, it would be. But you need to have some things for yourself. You don't need to stream every single game that you have. That is a problem that I had because I wanted to stream Final Fantasy 16, and I haven't gotten around to it because I haven't gotten around to streaming in general. And I've been thinking, how do I implement Final Fantasy 16 in my streams? Like, how do I go about playing it? Because it's a very, very long game. Very, very long games are okay for streaming. They're typically you would want to play games that you can do in 1 to 2 streams, because people, if they don't see the first stream, they're not going to, if the people didn't see part 1, they're not going to see part 2. And if people didn't see part 2, they're not going to see part 50. If you catch my drift. If you got a 50 part series, ain't nobody going to be watching all 50 parts. Right? All 50 parts, and they're all an hour long. You gotta have something interesting for somebody to watch you for that long. That's just mine. If you're that interesting that people can watch all 50 parts for that long, then then amen. That's great. If not, then perhaps we want to do something else. Okay. This is one thing that like people like watching fails. It's not like failing on stream is bad. Like you always got to be like an A-tier streamer every single time. But there comes a certain point where it's like you fail too many times and it's kind of like annoying. Like people are not going to expect you to be the most A-tier gamer of all time. But people are going to expect you to make at least some kind of progress. And if you're making no progress, then it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I can't watch this. Now, there's different kinds of people that watch different types of things. For me, that's how it is for me. If I'm watching somebody and, they suck, then, they suck. They're not that good at the game. But, like, at a certain point, it's like, bro, we've been at the same section for like an hour now. Like you got we gotta get going. I got other things to do, other people to watch. That's just me though. That really depends. That's just the way I am. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I guess not so perfect after all. Okay. Well. It was perfect, and then the weather messed it up. Okay. Okay, let's get back to on topic. The Annie interview, that was a pretty interesting stream as a concept. I was actually going to do a stream for Valentine, but I was kind of like, it's good as like a one-time thing. I got 84 views on that stream, and speaking of views, we'll get to that at the end. That was pretty interesting experience to do a stream like that. I brought back my VTuber model, spoke to Annie. That stream left me with more questions than answers in terms of what the heck Elon is doing. I don't mind doing things like that where I kind of like check some things out, current events basically. Maybe I should do more reaction streams. Even though I kind of really have a dislike for a certain kind of reaction people, because it's kind of like the most like lazy. I mean, no, I already said it, so I'm just continue. It is very, very lazy. Right? It is very like lazy content. And I'm not saying that like people who do reaction streams are like bad people or anything like that. Nothing. This has absolutely nothing to do with who's a good person, who's a bad person. And even if I say something is lazy, that doesn't mean that the person doesn't work hard. Right? I'm just speaking that the reaction stream in and of itself, that aspect is not, it's just you're reacting to content that other people have made and giving your opinion on it. If people care about your opinion, great. Apparently some people care about my opinion. Some people appreciate it. At least people I know in real life, people appreciate my opinion in real life. That's pretty jarring for me, but that's, I'd rather have that than the other group of people that care about my opinion in the negative way, an obsession with it, but, that is the other aspect of that Annie stream. So in that Annie stream, because it's there, you could see it. If you go, I had the chat up on stream. If you go to that stream, you see that chat, got a couple trolls in there. And, it's not like I stream multiple times after cutting some people off. I've been having some trolls here and then, but it's not like like what you saw in that stream is like nothing I haven't dealt with before. There will be some streams once in a while where I just get a group of random people saying nonsense, and I don't even say anything because you don't. If you go into my streams, you don't know which streams are the streams where they came in because I don't respond. Right? I don't respond. I don't need to respond. But because it was on stream, I had to address something. And what I will say is, if you're going to say something about anybody, I'm not saying that I'm like the most perfect person. People can't have their criticisms towards me of any kind. People can feel however they want about me or things I've said or things I've done or things they think I said and things that they thought I did, even if it's lies, but I digress. That's its own topic, but whatever it is, criticism, whether it's legit or not legit, whatever. What I will say though is, do not throw stones in glass houses. I don't know what other way I can put this, but if you're going to accuse something, you're going to accuse somebody of something, while at the same time you look the other way at people that are your friends that do the thing that you're accusing the person of doing. So let me say it again. If you're accusing somebody, let's just say it's stealing. If you're accusing somebody of stealing, right? Whether they did or they didn't is a separate topic. It just doesn't really it kind of loses weight when you're accusing somebody else of stealing when you have friends that steal. You know what I mean? You know, and it's not like, just because a bad person exposes something, that doesn't mean it's false, right? Just because a criminal says that the sky is blue doesn't make the sky red, right? That's just the way it is, right? But if you're trying to, if your evidence is not concrete, let's just say, if your evidence is based off of hearsay and testimony, then it does matter the content of the person, like the character of the person does matter when it comes to testimony, right? Facts does not have, when you're representing pure facts, pure evidence, that does not have sides. But people, as people, do have sides. We have biases. That's natural, right? Biases are natural to people. It's going to happen. I have biases. People who are my friends have biases. People who are my enemies have biases. That doesn't make them bad, or that doesn't make them good or worse off people because of it, as that in and of itself is normal to everybody. It's just but there comes a certain point where it's you let certain biases kind of get in the way of, I guess, plain reason, because I've just been seeing just some real, you guys gotta understand, there's a lot of things that are given to me that I just don't speak about, right? About multiple things, not just the topics that you guys think I'm talking about. Other things as well that you guys have no idea because I haven't talked about it even once in my stream. There's multiple things that I can address for multiple different other things going on, because you guys, off stream, I have a life. I have other things I'm in. I'm in other communities, and there are situations, right? Not always serious situations, not criminal situations, just like drama here and there, because there's drama everywhere. I could be talking about that, but I'm not going to, unless I have a good reason to. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of things I could be talking about that I just don't, because there's no reason for me to. That doesn't mean that I won't in the future if I have to, but I tend to wait to see how things plan out. Typically, if it's an issue, I see, you know, maybe maybe I'm thinking too, I'm putting too much thought into something. I let it be for a while. If I find out that I'm still feel some type of way about it in some kind of way, then I will say, okay, maybe there's something to this. It's pretty broad though. It's pretty broad though, what I'm speaking about. So it's kind of like, Darko, what are you talking about? I'm speaking pretty generally, not because I'm avoiding topics, but because what I'm speaking about specifically applies to multiple things at the same time, not just certain dramas that I'm in. Okay, let's move on. I did Monstrous Manor. Monstrous Manor is fun. That is a really fun game. Another Judgment stream. Then we have the Dethroned video. You know, Phantomo in Blue came into my chat, told me what's going on, joined up, and we chopped some things up. That was certainly something that happened. And hey, that's that. I'm glad that that's all resolved already. I'm glad that that's all resolved. Yep. Okay. Then we have the Blue Archive stream that I did. So this is one of the things I'm talking about. So this is not just applicable to these group of people. Not all of them are SOS, but I'm just going to say SOS because generally most of them are from there. This is not just applicable to SOS. There's other things outside of these people that this is applicable to. If you go on my Twitter, you will know what I'm talking about. Anybody who follows me on Twitter will know more about what I'm talking about. I don't understand. I just don't. I really don't get it. How people are so oblivious, basically, right? Now you have weird people everywhere. You're always gonna find weird people everywhere you go, right? That part you can't control. The weird people that you're with, but you can control what you decide to do once you find out that somebody's weird. You understand? So let me say it again. People cannot control the weird people that they're associated with, right? Because you don't know. You never know the friend that you have is actually into strange things. You have no idea, right? But you can control what you decide to do once you find out. And for multiple people I see, it's like, I don't know if it's like they pretend, like maybe they're also involved, or they're lonely, they don't want to cut their friend off, or it's like a me versus them. when I address something, they see me as like the enemy, and like the enemy is always wrong. We can't address what they're saying. I don't know if maybe it's something like that. It's like that for some people I know, but for other people that I know, I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. But when it comes to things like Blue Archive, and this is like one of the most, truly like one of the most insidious things ever. It's just like, you have a game that's literally, like this thing, it's just like even me talking about it makes me feel uncomfortable. And people just see these things and say nothing, which I can. For me describing it, I already feel uncomfortable for me describing it. And people see these things and say nothing, which is like, I'm just my mind is exploding right now. You have this ditty ass game, bro. This ditty ass game where you're playing as a teacher who is doing things with their students. How in the world do people see these things and be like, well, I don't play that game, but I ain't gonna say anything about it. How can you not? How could you not say something about it? How could you not say something about it? How could you not at least, anybody who's into, who knows about like anime things, whether you are in, like you like anime or not, are aware that there's a lot of there's a lot of weird things in this sub community. At least, if you don't like the person, maybe you could try to research that bit, just a little bit, because I don't know, if I was to find out, if somebody, even if it's somebody I really dislike, right? Let's say it's even somebody that I hate with a passion. If they were to tell me, hey, this friend of yours plays this crazy game, I would at least look into it, right? I would at least look into it. Because, okay, I don't trust that guy because whatever reason I have for not liking them is the reason I have for not trusting them as well. But when it comes to things like that, I would at least give it like a look. Let me check to see if this is true. And if it's not true, then it's just another lie from that person, whatever that is. If it is true, then, well, now you have to do something, right? Are you gonna do nothing? Let me give an example from people that have nothing to do with, what that video was for. Okay, there's people who, let's see. I don't want to mention big names yet, because that can be a whole can of worms, and I'm not ready to get into that right now. I already have enough issues as it is. But I'm gonna keep it to VTubers. There are some more popular VTubers that collab with non-VTubers. And people are kind of like, whether they like VTubers or not, they're like, well, however they feel about VTubing, this person is fine. And it's like, no, they're not. because they play Blue Archive or they watch Yosuga no Sora. Like, for example, Pippa, right? You have a person like Pippa, and people say, oh yeah, she's like based and all of that. She's based, she's red pilled and all of that. And I'm like, not really if you look into her personal life, but I'm not gonna get into that right now because that's not, you know, I'll I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But you have people like Pippa, and Pippa likes Yosuga no Sora. That's why I even know what that stuff is, right? And it's like, y'all not gonna say anything about this, right? Y'all gas this streamer up, saying she's the bee's knees, the best things to slice bread. Her streams are amazing. And she's a freaking lolicon, bruh. Y'all not gonna say anything about that? Like, what are we doing here? Oh my goodness, man. Like, maybe people are just desperate. They just need to see something. Like, they're bored or something. They don't have anything to watch, so they go watch her. But like, bruh, I can't imagine myself, even if I'm freaking bored and I got nothing else to watch, I'm not gonna go watch a freaking lolicon streamer, bruh. Like, bruh, come on, there's so much people, there's so much people to watch, right? There's millions and millions of channels out there. Probably people who, like, listen, for every streamer that you find, like, however like, whatever you like about them, their personality, their aesthetic, like, what they talk about, what they do on their stream, for every streamer that you find like that, you're gonna find 10 people like that. The difference is that they're not popular, and the person that you watch may be popular, or whatever the reason is. Right? This is like the same thing like people say like about the iDubbbz thing. I'm not gonna touch the iDubbbz drama stuff at all, right? That's its own can of worms. Let's stay on topic. There was like a meme where it's like, oh, Technicals is basically black iDubbbz. This other person is Asian iDubbbz or Hispanic iDubbbz or iDubbbz but with no hairline or something like that. And it's not like these people are genuinely trying to copy iDubbbz like the way he used to do things back then, but it's just that like you come to realize that a lot of the time people are not as original as you think they are. Now, I'm not saying that that's bad or anything, right? It's just you have personality types in combination with how they do content, and you'll find that there's other people who do the same thing, the same personality, the same kind of content. They're out there. You just have to look for them, right? So back on the topic of people who play games like Blue Archive. I'm not gonna ask why the person playing it is playing it, because the answer is because they're sick in the head. That much is obvious. But for those people who know better, right? Who have at least some sense in their head, why would you stay quiet? Why would you just keep that information to yourself? When people bring it up, you don't look it up. You hear about things, hear about dramas, and you don't look into it. I guess people really do care more about money than anything else. I don't know. They care about money more than anything else, clout more than anything else. I just know like that couldn't be me. Like I couldn't. I just wouldn't be comfortable being near to somebody like that, and I just don't know how some people do it. But just me talking about this topic, I still feel I'm I'm gonna change topic because again, it's just weird. It's just weird stuff. But to bring it to just to really end it there, you know, I did that stream to show uh, that group of people like, hey, listen, these things I'm talking about are actually in the game. You know, of course they don't care because you know maybe a lot of them are into that. I just a lot of people do have like a mentality of like my team versus the enemy team, but like when it comes to things like that, you gotta throw that out the window, bro. You gotta throw out the window, bro. I ain't gonna like be freaking tribalistic over a person who's into freaking that, bro. There's no way. Absolutely not. Hell nah. Alright. Let's keep it moving. The Thrones Part 5. That was a whole mess of a stream. I'll keep it like long story short. If you guys go all the way to like Crucible, it's on what's his name's channel. It's on Google, the Google channel. I linked it in the Symphony of the PDFs, whatever. His channel, it's on that channel. If you go to Crucible, you can see all the way back then who I actually want to talk to and then who shows up. Now, when the person finally shows up, they start crashing out and then I kick them out. I mean, that's that. There will be times for me to go over these things in detail. I'm just going over these things because they happen. You know, it's anybody there. These videos are not going anywhere. Anybody can watch these streams and see these are the things that happen. They happen. You know, these things happen. But let me say this because this also applies to things that are outside of what that stream is for. There were other times where I wanted to speak with somebody to confront them over something, right? In other places. And I will give them like, hey, listen, here's where we can debate certain topics in this area. Let's get together in a call or whatever. Let's do things. Let's chop things up. Let's settle these things, right? I'll do that, and then you'll have a bunch of other henchmen that show up, and I'm like, okay, who are you? Who are you, and where is the guy that I invited to have a conversation with? There were there were Discord servers I was in, like Catholic Discord servers, and some of these places they suck. Was the real issue. Not just Catholic Discord servers, but like other servers, anime servers, Christian servers, whatever it is. There will be an issue. I'm put in timeout, put in mute. And I'm like, all right, listen. I prefer speaking. I always prefer speaking. I'm not a guy who does text. You guys have people in VC all day. You can talk to me in VC. Okay. I'm in VC and then they send somebody else. Okay, I want to confront the mod that banned me or muted me or whatever. But okay, I'll talk to you because that person doesn't have to speak to me. At the end of the day, I'm one person out of many. It's whatever. It's okay. But then there'll be some issues just like, that. And it's like, okay, how can you say that I'm running if I am the one who is giving the floor for you to come from the very beginning, from a long time ago? Like, let's just say maybe I got muted or some issue happened 5 months ago. 5 months later, I'm coming to address it. I asked for you to come 5 months ago. and 5 months later, you're saying that I'm, you know, I didn't give you a chance or whatever. I gave you a chance a long time ago. So why didn't you show up? Why didn't you show up to the staff call? I mean, I'm shrugging my shoulders as if you can see me, but like I'm shrugging my shoulders right now. Like, I, I can't answer for that person, of course. I don't know. This is a real mystery. It's kind of surprising how this goes back to what I just say about personality types and content types. I guess that also applies to to certain online only types as well. Like you come across a type of person, and that type of person is repeated multiple times in different situations, and these people have, it'll be like different people and they have absolutely nothing to do with each other and they never met, and yet they act the same. It's interesting how that happens. I don't know. If there's another Dargo out there, I want to meet that Dargo too. I would like to see who alternate Dargo is. I wonder how he is. Hopefully he's cool. It's crazy, man. It's interesting how that works. Okay. Okay, the French Prince of Chicago, that was, again, another stream that was kind of a dead on arrival. Like I said before, CK3 streams just don't do that well. Hopefully, am I still being recorded? Yes, it is. Okay. Nobody's in the chat. Yeah, people got better things to do. It's okay. Alrighty. Yeah, that was a dead on arrival stream. Fresh Prince of Chicago. That requires a lot of role play, and that's kind of like, eh. Like I said, I don't want to read and explain things at the same time, because the mindset I have when I'm reading and the mindset I have when I'm explaining things are two different mindsets, and I can't do both at the same time if I don't have a good reason to do so. It's very hard for me to do that. It's very hard for me to be focused on what I'm reading and like have the mindset to like teach people about it. It's just not what it's just something that's hard for me. It's not like I can't do it, right? Eventually at some point I'm going to have to be doing that anyways. I'm not going to explain. I'm just going to leave it at that. But you know, that's just not my strength. Okay, Vespers prayer stream. Yeah, there was just some things that happened with Irina and Charlie Kirk. Everybody knows already what happened. There's already a billion opinions on that. You don't need mine. If anybody knows me or anything like that, you already know what my opinion is. I don't feel like going more into it now. This is very sad. Yeah. There are some other suspicious circumstances, which is beyond the scope of what I am about. These are not things that I get into. These are not the kinds of things that I talk about, but I do notice it either way. Again, I don't live in a bubble. There's plenty of things that I'm aware about that I just don't speak about because for multiple reasons. There's no one reason why I don't speak about something. The reason could be because I don't know all the information, so I don't want to speak about it now. I may speak about it later. Or I feel like I'm not qualified to speak about it if it's something of this caliber. Or maybe like a personal reason, like I get it's an emotional thing, or something that like maybe I don't feel like talking about, makes me uncomfortable or whatever it is. Like it wouldn't be prudent for me to talk about it because I'm religious. There are some topics that are just not for me to talk about because they're just not things that I should be talking about, or maybe because I don't feel like it. Doesn't always has to be deep. The reason could just be like I don't feel like it. That's it. That's the reason. Nothing deep. Nothing that needs to have like a long explanation. I don't feel like it. That's my reason. That's it. And people need to respect that when it comes to certain people. Because there's sometimes I realize there's some people like that. They don't like to respect when somebody says this is not something that I would like to talk about, that I feel like talking about, or that I want to talk about. There doesn't need to be a deep reason. But people are just gonna be the way they are. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was playing Mario. Okay, so I went back to playing Monstrous Manor again. Wonderful game. I loved that game. I need to go back and play it again so I can get a better mention because I kind of didn't do so well for collecting coins. I kind of want to just get through the game already. I might do that on stream, or I might do that off stream. I might do it off stream actually. Then that way I can focus on just 100%ing the game. Not to worry about like making sure I'm not repeating the same place over and over so it gets boring. Okay, next part is Mario Galaxy 2. I love that game. I was actually supposed to stream it today, but like, I need to get my laptop set up. It's not connected or anything like that. It's not like it takes forever to set everything up, but I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like using my laptop right now. I just want to be on my Mac. My Mac is what has all my retro games on it, right? I don't know why this is, but this is something I noticed. Mac is really, really good for emulation. I don't know why. I couldn't explain you why that is. Maybe the kinds of programs that Apple and Nintendo have are very similar to each other. It's a possibility. Because both Apple and Nintendo have the most insane anti-spiral imaginable. Both companies. So maybe they... I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It just is. So I take advantage of it. Okay. Dargo BC. BC is Backlog Chronicle. So the Backlog Chronicle of Pathfinder. This is another role-playing game. Of course, it's a role-playing game because it's literally called a role-playing game. This is what role-playing games were based off of. Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, these kinds of things. That is something that would be great for a stream that has people to watch it. I don't need to have people watching me to do streams. I'm perfectly fine doing what I'm doing right now. I can do this with 0 people watching. I don't need people to watch me talk and play Mario Golf because I like talking and I like Mario Golf. I could do this forever. I could do this for hours. That's that. But for games like that, I do need people watching. If there's no one watching, I'm not playing it. Yep. So things like Mario, I don't need nobody watching me for me to play Mario. I like Mario and I like talking. Yeah. Sometimes there were times where I did that, where maybe I have like a very stressful test, so I stream before I go to class to calm down. Because streaming calms me down. Sometimes I stream to just calm down. So I will stream, play my game, and then, now I'm finally in a better mindset. I can do the test and I'll get the test. Do the test, whatever the test is. I don't recommend people to do that because that's what I do, right? Not everybody's the same. Maybe for other people that's a terrible thing to do. But for me, it keeps me on my toes. And at the same time, it calms me down if it's something I'm worried about. Okay. Okay, Mario Galaxy is fun. Mario Wonder is fun. Another CK3 stream, which didn't do well. EU5 Hamburg, that didn't go anywhere. EU5 the Spanish campaign, that's actually pretty fun, but I might continue that playthrough off stream. I am going to continue playing EU5 because EU5 is different. But I'm going to be playing other countries. Castile is fun. But when I was playing it, I did not know what I was doing. Now that I've been playing EU5 a bit more, I might do another Castile playthrough. Or I might play different nation. What I found is I really like playing in Italy. Or other things like that. I like playing tall. But I also like colonization. So I do like playing tall. I don't mind conquering other places, but I don't want to make that my thing. Like, just continue conquering land and just expanding and expanding. Without, outside of colonization, of course. I can do that with the Netherlands. Right? I might do another playthrough where I'm playing as the Netherlands. If I decide to go Calvinist or not is something I will think about. I think I might go Catholic first and Calvinist another playthrough just to see how it is. It really depends on how the run goes. Now it's kind of based off of vibes, right? If the vibes line up, then it works. If not, then it's a no. I think Calvinism is of the devil, but that's the topic of another stream. Okay. And a couple more streams of me playing Mario games, and then there's a stream I'm playing right now. Wow, that's way less than last year. Okay. Let me go to my videos. Now, there's not a lot of videos to go through because, I don't really make too much videos. New year, new plans. How many of these things did I actually do? Oh, this video is unlisted. Well, if it's unlisted, that means some people can still see it. But, I don't know. I'll go over my video and see how much did I actually just completed that I wanted to do. I'm gonna say right off the bat, not much, I presume. I'll talk about it now. So, in terms of what I wanted to do this year, I wanted to talk more about faith things. I didn't get really a chance to talk about that on my channel because I need to learn about more things for me to talk about things. And there's still things that I need to learn, but I think where I am at right now, I know enough to at least teach certain topics. To teach certain topics. It will be a much longer time for me to get into faith-based debates. Right? For me to get into debates, it's going to be a little bit more longer for that. Because that's something that actually, you know, that's a whole different ballpark. It's not like I can't do debates. I actually do plenty of debates, but on politics. I debate people on politics. I don't mind debating. I know how to debate. I never did a formal debate where it's like you have the time and it's like cross-examination and all of that. I've never done that before, but I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. I don't think that's anything like too crazy to figure out. I could be wrong, but that's that. I can still teach. I can teach certain topics, do readings, and when I'm reading it, I can explain what I'm reading. I can do that. So you might see that next year, maybe. Actually, you know, most likely you will see it next year. Actually, not maybe. You'll see it next year. This year, you didn't see it. I was like maybe, and it was a no for this year, unfortunately. But for next year, it'll definitely be a yes. Because I know a little bit more. There's still things I need to learn, but I know enough to at least talk about it, to explain it. That's that. There's other things that I wanted to do. I'll just say it. I struggle with prayers and all of that. Those are things that I try to get done. And it's just been real difficult for me to get through that. I'm not gonna get too much because that's, personal. But it's like, it's just hard, It's hard. If anybody who's a Christian watching this, I need y'all prayers, because it's real hard. There's a lot of things going on privately. Like school stuff in particular, man. I definitely need prayers for my studies. My goodness. Yeah. So yeah, pray for me, y'all. Okay. Let's see. Next topic. VT nuke. Okay. So that is something that I haven't gotten around to doing. Mainly because I was busy with school and I was busy with the other crowd. But that is coming. I said that last year. I said that last year. What I said last year is that this year I'll be addressing it. And it didn't happen. Now it's kind of like, I don't know where VTubing is at right now. Actually, I have no idea. I'm very disconnected. I only know about some things that come through the veil here and there. Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to looking things up. I might drop it actually. Let me think. Actually, no, oh, actually, I take that back. I'm not dropping anything because there's actually things that are beyond the scope of what I was originally talking about. So I will say this about the VT New. So when I first got involved, everybody knows, well, anybody who watches my channel knows that at first it was about the Kiki stuff. Now, and then it evolved into other people like Pippa and Rep Says Desu and all of those weirdos. But as I was looking more into it, I realized that the rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than it seems to most people. Because to my surprise, there are other people who I never in my entire life would ever have imagined would be involved in this issue. But they are. Now, when I make my video exposing VTubers, if that ever goes anywhere, a lot of people who are normies, like people who have nothing to do with the situation, I don't think anybody's going to be like, wow, I'm totally surprised that this person who looks like a demon with a black bar covering her, intimate areas is a weirdo. Wow, I never would have imagined that this person with a pornographic avatar is a weirdo. Are you serious? I never would imagine that. It's gonna be a lot of those. Most people are gonna be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm being sarcastic, of course. The weirdos are gonna do weirdo things. That's a surprise to absolutely nobody. But when it comes to certain popular people, that will be a surprise. Because some of these people expand beyond the scope of VTubing into other fields. And I think those people should know, I think, they should know who they're involved with, you know. And if they decide not to cut that person off, then that goes back to what I was saying about the Blue Archive stuff. That's on them. I can't control, you know, if they don't want to do anything with that information, I can't force them to care at the end of the day. That's on them. But they should still know. The reaction is their reaction, but they should know. And I don't want to hear anything about, hey, this is that or that other stuff. If the person is proud about what they like, then there should be no issue, right? If that's what they like, then hey, that's what they like, and people should know. And I'm going to leave it at that. I will say one of them is gonna be a surprise to no. I'm talking about people who are not VTubers, who are not even tangentially related to VTubing. When I show like these certain groups of this certain person, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised about one particular person that I'm going to expose. But for the others, a lot of people are going to be surprised. Yeah. And it's a really this may be like the Diddy documentary of videos because it's so much people. Why are so much people in this nonsense? What? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting this. My goodness. People thought Hollywood was bad. I mean, I don't know if these guys did anything IRL, but what they watch at least is they're not doing it, but they're watching the videos of it or the anime of it at least. I mean, they're not doing Diddy, but they're watching Diddy the anime. If you know, it's crazy. Gotta pray, brothers. Pray that you don't end up like these guys. All right, Lord, I thank you every day that you didn't let me fall to my desires. You didn't let me end up like people like this, because my goodness, I just wouldn't be able to live with myself if I I don't know how some people can do it. I just would be so ashamed. I would be ashamed to walk this earth if I was like one of them. And these people just live like this every day. I, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Okay, let's see. Uh, Dargo talk SOS drama summary. Yeah, that's self-explanatory video. These other dethroned videos. All of that stuff that I talk about in these dethroned whatever this issue that issue, all of that is, if you want to know what happened with the drama last year at least, yeah, last year, it's all summarized in Coffee Time 5. I recommend that you watch all of the Coffee Times though. But if you want a cliff notes of the whole thing, not just for the drama of last year, but like of this year and of everything, including of everything about this topic, all of that is in the Throne uh, Symphony of the PDFs. It's all there. That is where the go-to. There's nothing much besides that. There's nothing much besides that. That's just, that's that. People can see it if they want. If they don't, then don't. What I will say though is, if anybody's going to ask me questions on this topic, and that's okay to do, by the way, anybody can come into my server and ask me questions at any time, right? If you can get through the ticket thing, right, that requires you to read instructions, anybody can get in there. You got to read, right? Read the instructions. Plenty of people go into my server, ask me questions, I answer them, and then they go about their way every once in a while. Okay, it's not just Phantom who came into my server. There's plenty of people who come into my server and ask me questions multiple times. Right? There was a person who asked me not too long ago. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Just know that there's people who are interested in this stuff. Uh, yeah. If you're going to ask me things about these videos, what I am going to tell you is watch that video. If you do not watch that video, we cannot speak. Right? And I will ask you questions about it. I say that in that video. I said that in streams before the video. I'm saying it right now. That's how it's going to be. from that point till the end of time, till the end of my time at least. If you don't watch that video, you want to ask me topics about those people. If you want to ask me topics about these people, you gotta watch the video. If you don't watch it, we don't talk. That's it. That's what I am on now. Now the people who that it still applies to, but they don't have to, is people I call out to debate. Because I'm calling them out to a debate. But if you're gonna call out me to a debate, that's what you gotta do. Otherwise, I'm not going to go. And there is no negotiation. It's that or nothing. And if that's not the case, then we don't talk. That's it. And that's it. We don't have to talk. Because at this point, I'm gonna be real with you. What the hell is there more to talk about? Seriously. At this point, from not just that video, everything that happened, other things that I have seen, from things that people sent me afterwards, I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like talking to y'all, bro. Let me put it like this. This goes back to what I said when I was talking about the Annie stream, about throwing stones in glass houses. So let me get this straight. Well, I'm gonna keep that for Magnum Opus 2.0. What I will say is, what can I say? Because I don't want to reveal too much, because this is ridiculous. Um, How can I phrase this in a way where it doesn't give off too much information, but it gives off enough information to where you understand what I'm talking about? Well, let's see. How can how can anyone really? How can anyone claim to be a quote unquote like anti-predator person and then have people who have very degenerate tastes in their midst? Now, I know some people are going to say degeneracy doesn't always equal um, PDF content, and that's true. But this content is of that nature. So then, what the heck is the show then, basically? And you got one of those guys basically being a lawyer for that person. There was a couple attempts to get rid of this person, and then the guy comes in and he doesn't want that guy gone. And they end up having him, and I'm pretty sure that this weirdo is still there to this very day. And I'm just there scratching my head, wondering, like, okay, well, that confirms everything that I was suspecting. I don't expect much. I wasn't expecting that though, but it happened. I saw it, and I was like, all right, well. That's them. All right. I'm so glad. I am so glad that whatever the hell that was, I got nothing to do with that. Because that is one, that's a big mess. And that's got nothing to do with me. I'm so glad that whatever that is has nothing to do with me. My goodness. Let's do it like that. Can I still get it in even though it's a bogey? No, I'm not gonna get. I am not gonna go for a double bogey. No. Once I complete this cup, I'm gonna go play a different game. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's it. That's as far as I'm gonna take it. Okay. Let's see. Who's in the chat? Nobody. Okay. Now, I went out with my friends yesterday, and even me saying something like that a couple years ago would be, I wouldn't believe myself, but like it kind of makes me like like I'm so like in gratitude with the Lord because I really was in a position where I really didn't have enough. I didn't have friends in real life, and now I have plenty of friends in real life. Not only do I have friends in real life, but there are friends in real life who really have an interest in what I have to say, and I'm glad for that. Um, really, like, thank you God for that. Thank you God for yesterday. That was a really fun time. I enjoyed that. I wasn't expecting that, God. God, you really, I can't expect next what you're gonna do, what you haven't planned for me. I can't expect next what you haven't planned for me. Give me good friends, and I know that these friends are not going to be like ones I had prior. And yeah, it's amazing. These are even friends that care about like they listen, they like my like the knowledge I have. Because Lord, you know that I am a person who likes teaching. Uh, okay, I'll take the bogey. It's amazing. Yep. I like imparting knowledge. Something I notice myself doing all the time. I'm always teaching somebody something about something that I know. So that is that's me. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, wow. I never seen. Wow. That ball went far. Okay. If this was a competition of who can send the ball out the farthest, I'll definitely win. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so me and my friend. Oh, so let me just explain what happened yesterday. So me and my friends, we went out to the city yesterday. We went out to like St. Patrick's, and we also went out to the Rockefeller place. We saw the tree. I would say, man, St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York, beautiful cathedral. I love it. It's so beautiful inside. We kind of, was in the middle of. We technically, technically we were there for a mass because we were halfway into one and then they were going into the other, and we left halfway at that one. So technically, if you put it together, it's a full mass. Just the the last half of the first mass and then the first half of the second mass. Put it together, it's a whole mass. So you know something is something. You know, I still went to mass on Sunday, so it's not like I had to do anything that day, anyways. But uh, yeah. Then we were out. We went to the Christmas market in Times Square, not Times Square. It's next to Central Park at Columbus Circle. I tried mulled wine. I've never had mulled wine before. The idea of it, it's hot wine, which is kind of like a sangria of some kind, but it's hot. And I was thinking to myself, like, hot wine. I don't know, but I tried it and I love it. It's. I wasn't expecting myself to like it. I was like, wow, it's really good. Then I went out to a bar of my friends. Um, we went out to the bar. My friend, I have a so the priest of my church is also part of my friend group, and we and we just hang together, man. That's funny. Uh, he funny guy, man. My priest is funny. He's pretty quiet. He's pretty quiet, but he come up with some funny things sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. Even my priest is he's white. He know more Spanish than I do, bro. Man, I'm gonna be real. He more in a way he more Hispanic than I am. I'm gonna be real. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how that works. He more Hispanic than I am. I find interesting, right? He was telling me that the Equatorians apparently don't like it to see priests drink. So like when he and fellow his fellow priests are there, when they have like a celebration, is like a holiday or whatever. Typically, like they have their food and all of that with the people and all of that, but then you know afterwards they share their drinks privately in the convent, I presume. I mean, excuse me, not in the convent, in the area where they live, not the convent, wherever that is. Uh, I ain't gonna get into all of that. But like when he's speaking with Dominicans, though, we don't care, man. We're not snobs, man. We don't like the priest is a human being. He's a human too, man. Like, come on now. Like they got like they're outside of like what they do in mass and their prayers and all of that. Like they have regular lives. Like they speak with people. They read. They watch TV. They play video games. Even if they do that, some priests play video games. Some priests watch shows. Some even watch anime. Hopefully, good ones. Uh, they're regular people, man. It's just you know get to know them. Yeah, my friend's getting married, and my mother told me that I should put myself in shape because I'm kind of like I need to get myself in shape. I'm skinny, but I got myself a gut, right? So I'm skinny. Like my arms are skinny, but then I got this belly over here. I got to get rid of. So crazy. It'll go down. I just got to exercise a bit more. This coming year, I'm gonna exercise a bit more. At least I'll have time for exercise. I didn't have time. I did not have the energy or the time this year to do anything like to do anything. But I'll have time. I'll have time this year. Yeah, I'll have time this year, so I can make it happen. Hopefully, in time for my friend's wedding. Because if I'm gonna wear a suit, I gotta make sure I gotta wear a nice suit. Uh, so I don't be looking like a so I don't be looking like the Dominican uncle with like the pot belly and all of that. The with the chicken build, I'm gonna say. Yeah, the chicken build, skinny arms and skinny legs, but with the belly. I don't want to be chicken build, man. I want to get rid of that. Oh my goodness, man. New year, new body. We can't be we can't. We gotta drop that chicken build in 2026, man. We can't have that. No. Also, I gotta look good for I gotta look good for the ladies because I got two of my friends. One of my friends he married already. The other friend he's gonna get married. I don't got anything for myself. I gotta let's see what's in store for me too. I have an idea, but that's gonna take some more discernment because I don't know where that's gonna go. I don't want to. The issue with shooting my shot with this person is that she's also a friend of mine and she's part of the friend group. And if things don't work out, it's going to be kind of awkward. You understand? Because if things don't work out, obviously I'm going to move on. She's going to move on. I'm going to find a different person. I don't know if she's going to find a different person. She might. Uh, if I decide to shoot my shot and we get along, then it's all good. If I decide to shoot my shot, we date and then we don't, we break up, it's gonna make things kind of awkward, and it's gonna make things even more awkward when I decide to go for somebody else because I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna find somebody else. I'm gonna get somebody else, and then she's gonna be there, and then my next girlfriend's gonna be there, and there's gonna be some conflict there, right? It's gonna make things awkward. It's just not gonna work. It's just I've seen it happen for other people, and I don't want to put myself in that position at all. Absolutely not. I do not want to put myself in that position. That's a terrible position to be put in. And it's not like, there's no smoke on my end. Like if I do decide to go my friend and then we break up, um like it's no skin off my back. It's just I know how ladies are, right? And some ladies, you know if you be with them, then you decide to cut ties, but that lady is still in the friend group, you can make it work. Some people make it work until you bringing in an ex girl. Things kind of things gonna kind of get rocky, because then the girl that you're with now, um she's gonna know that the other girl is your ex, and it's gonna be. I know how ladies are, and my brothers, if that's you, really, really make sure, if you have a friend group and there's a girl that you're interested in that friend group, if you are going to decide to try things with her, you really need to make sure that things are going to happen with her. Because if things are not going to happen, you just destroyed the whole thing, right? You messed everything up. It's gonna mess things up. Um, yeah, and that's gonna take some discernment for me. It's gonna take a lot of prayer for me, because I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna ask the Lord to tell me what's the right way, and whatever He decides is the way, is what I'll decide to do. Even if that way is priesthood, because I don't know. Maybe God calls me to be a priest. Um, I don't know. If that is what He has for me, then that's what I'll do. I don't. That's just you gotta have an open heart to that. If God calls me to be a priest, then that's what I'll do. But yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking, but now that oh, okay, I see. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do with that information. Okay. All right. Well, that completely. So I'm thinking about some things right now over questions that were asked, why they were asked, and when they were asked, and then the following conversation and how things kind of went afterwards from there. And now I'm thinking to myself, okay. Well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave things right now. I'm not gonna say more than what I've said already. I'm gonna change the topic now. Okay. Anyways, so let's see. So yeah, we went to a Cuban restaurant. Me and my friend group. The priest, it was like a group trip. I think my priest does. He brought his family with him because I didn't know the other people, but some of them look like him. Um, I don't know if that's just like maybe I'm just being like I don't know. Maybe I'm being racist because they're saying that like white people look the same or whatever. Hopefully that's not what I'm thinking. And it's like they are relative. I didn't ask or anything because why would I ask that? But I think at least one of them was related to the priest. At least one of them, because I don't recognize them from the parish I go to. Maybe they might be parishioners from another parish that my priest served at. That's probably where they came from. That's probably what it was actually. They're not his relatives. They're other other parishioners that he's friends with. Because he was stationed at another church, and then he went to the church that I go to, and those must be the friends that he had at the other church, and he brought them with him. That could be it. That could actually be it. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah. Um, yeah, they're pretty cool folks, though. They're cool folks. They were, yeah, they're funny though. They funny, man. There's a bunch of clowns, man. I ain't gonna talk about. I ain't gonna say or do a song about, but like these bunch of clowns, man. My goodness, guys. Guys. Let me tell y'all something, man. You guys really, anybody who's a Christian listening to this, you really, if you don't, you really need to get involved in your parish, uh, your church, and find yourself a group of people you click with. Find a group of people you're cool with. Let me tell you something. The devil likes to attack people when they're alone. When you're with people, you will try to act with, concordance, right? Because you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of people. You're more likely with other people to try to act civil. When you're by yourself, you have no obligation to act civil because you're by yourself. Nobody's seeing you, but that's where you're wrong because God's seeing you. But even though we say that, even though we as Christians say God is seeing me, we forget. Like we can say it, but in our heart, we don't acknowledge what that really is. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous to do. But regardless, you guys, be active in your church, make friends, right? You got to understand that the devil is like a beast in the grass, right? If you watch those documentaries, the lions they go after the 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 goat or serval, whatever those horn things are that like to jump around a lot. They're called servals or whatever. I I forget. Antelope. Okay, antelope. The lion always goes after the antelope that leaves the crowd. He doesn't go after the antelope that's within the crowd. He may still. That doesn't mean that he doesn't try. He will try to get some antelope, but the one that leaves the crowd, it's over for him because once he leaves, he's isolated. Right? One on one, the antelope is going to lose. If it's 10 antelope versus one lion, the antelope are going to win because they're going to beat them with their horns, and the lion's not going to stand a chance. But one on one, the lion is really thick. They got a lot of muscles, and believe it or not, they're actually faster than they look. It's just that they don't use all of their they don't have a lot of stamina, so like they are very calculated. They use all of their force in one moment and grab whatever they have to grab because they don't have a lot of stamina. They have to use all of their force in one go, in one precise movement. And that's how the devil is. He will stay back. He will stay back and let you go around thinking that like, oh, well, look at me. I don't have any I don't have any sinful thoughts. I don't have any sinful desires right now. I'm praying with enthusiasm. There's nothing holding me back right now. Everything is all good. That's where he gets you. Because everything is not all good. Everything is all good once you get into heaven. But on earth, you are not good. Right? And you'll be led into a false sense of security. And in that moment, when you think you're so holy and you think you are so, you know, like you got this, he attacks. And then everything falls down. You commit a mortal sin and you think, wow, I committed a mortal sin after doing good for so long. Look at me. I fell off. No, you didn't fall off. You fell into mortal sin. You sin, but humans. We have a fallen nature. You're gonna sin. It's gonna happen. This goes back to what I was saying about being in groups. When you're in a group, it's easier to to keep things right. Now, even within church groups, you got to be careful. With any friend group that you have, sometimes things go into things. People talk about things they shouldn't be talking about, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And in that moment, you should leave, even though it's hard. So you gotta balance it, right? Because sometimes the friend group can lead each other, can bring each other up, or bring each other down. I have experience with both. I have friend groups that bring each other up, and I have friend groups that bring each other down. That friend group that try to bring me down to this very day try to do the same thing. But now they're reaping what they're sowing. They're bringing each other down. So I'm glad I'm not part of that. Still, I'm not rubbing things in, but I'm just glad I'm not a part of whatever the heck that is. Whatever that was shown to me, I'm just glad that that's not me, and that's never been what I had going on. And you guys will know what I'm talking about one day. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. There's scriptural basis to what I'm saying, but I can't recall it at this moment. Oh wow, look at that. We're at the Wait a minute. I just realized something. Hey guys, if you guys ever play Mario Galaxy, you're going to realize Mario Galaxy 1, when you're in the beginning part of the game, you go through an area like this, right? Then you make a turn. There's a little town around here, uh around there. And then you go more forward, and then over there at the castle, you go to the castle, and then Bowser appears. He takes the princess, and then you got to go get her back. The layout for the castle area in Mario Galaxy is based off of this. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. I didn't think about that. Wow. I didn't even know this. I wonder if anybody. I'm pretty sure like people talked about this. That that the Mario Galaxy, um, the beginning of Mario Galaxy is based off of this course in Mario Golf for the GameCube of all games. What? Oh my goodness! I'm in the Pikmin patch. Okay, let's try this again. I hit my. So there's Pikmin in the grass. Hmm? They had Pikmin on the GameCube. I thought Pikmin was from the Wii. Okay. Well, they have Pikmin in the grass. For me, this is like the golden age of Nintendo games for me. GameCube, Wii era. Those were the good old days. Bim, 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 bim. Alrighty. Okay, okay. Let me concentrate for this. Oh, perfect. Okay, I gotta be careful though. Is that a tree right there? Oh my goodness. Can I at least be able to get over there? Okay, let me try to do like this. I gotta be real careful with this. You know what? I'm gonna punt it. Perfect. That was a good decision to make. Okay, okay. I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna get the bogey, even though that's super disappointing. But I want to get this over with already. No, I failed already. My goodness. This one is hard. I think this is actually hard. This is not really hard. The Bowser one is actually not as hard as that one. I think this is the hardest one. There's so many like things you got to do. Pew, 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 pew. Oh my goodness. Can I save it? No, I can't. Okay. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, those are the things I like to do. I do like to talk about like faith and history and all that. That is what I like doing. That is what I enjoy doing, right? I don't know how people could talk about drama for 24/7. There is a time to talk about things going on, right? There is a time for that. I've done it myself. I'm not going to go after other people who do the same thing because then I'll be a hypocrite. But there's a time and a place for everything. And you know what? I don't know if this is like sound spiritual advice, but it's something that I've noticed, and it's nothing too crazy, not like inconsistent or wrong. I'm pretty sure it's in the scriptures somewhere. I just must have read it and then forgot about it. What you spend your time doing the most is what is most important to you. Now, of course, if anybody will be like, well, duh, of course. Not duh, of course. Because what people don't realize, what's most important to them, if it's not God, it's an idol. What should be most important to you at all times is God. If it's not God, then it's an idol. That is what idolatry really is you're robbing God of what's truly his. What is due God is your priority, right? If you play games more than you do things about then video games are is your idol. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of people like that. Even myself, right? Even myself. Sometimes I play too much games. And it's unfortunate, but it's I'm a weakling. I'm a sinner. That's just the way it is. But the point is that you try. You try. Even though I have my struggles, I still try. I'll take the bogey. I want to get out of this already. Perfect. -6 is pretty good score for a course like this. This is intense. Beautiful. So that's what I want to do. I want to talk more about faith, read on stream. You know what? I find when I do something on stream, I take it more serious for myself. So I might just do that. I might give it a try. And let's see next year. I might just do like a test stream and just see how it is for me. Yeah. Let's close this. We're gonna play something else now. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna play. Hmm, another Wii or GameCube game, maybe. Let's go with Wave Race. All right, let's do this. Hopefully, I can get through this. I'm not the best. I'm not the best. But I tried. Time for that boat ride. It's time for that boat ride. Ah man, I still think about that sometimes. How can you get so mad at how can you get mad at a relative no less for thinking that, you were gonna go to a a party, but instead it was just a boat ride. Like, come on, man. Your own mother no less. I hate seeing things like that. People fighting with their parents over stupid things like that. My goodness. I should read. No, no, no. Ah, that's not the button I wanted to press. Let me restart this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play something else. Dun, 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 dun. Do-do-dun, 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 do-do-do-do-do, do-do. Okay, let's see what we have. Hmm. Should I go for one of these Pokemon hacks that I've played? Actually, if I do that, it's gonna take up my whole day, the rest of my day, and it's actually 11 o'clock. I didn't realize that. Okay. Oh, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay, I didn't realize that. Time flies. Time flies. Let's see. Let me go for. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Wait, ROM hack? No. Hmm. I don't know what to play. I feel like playing something. You know what? Let me open up Open Emu. We're gonna go play. Let's see. What we're gonna play. Let's see. I'll play something a bit more like action packed. Like the dolphin, maybe. Hmm. Hmm. kind of like between things. I don't know. I didn't even think this through. You know what? Let me go play. Ooh. See, this would be a great time to have people in the chat. They can say, "Hey, why don't you just go play this?" And I'll be like, sure, I'll play it if I have it." But unfortunately, that is not my case. It was on the PS2. Do you have anything on the PS2? Oh, right. I have. I have Need for Speed. Okay, we'll play Need for Speed. Let's play Most Wanted. Where's it at? Oh, oh, okay. Okay. What like this? Alright, let's do this. Need for Speed Black Edition for the PS2. Get rid of these bars at the top and bottom. Oh, hold up. My audio stopped capturing, but I think that's actually a good idea because I don't know if the music is copyrighted. Ah, that's something I didn't think about. I can't play Need for Speed because I don't know if the music's copyrighted or not. That's the one thing about playing these games I don't realize. I don't like. Man, I don't know what to play now. Hmm. I was just I was just gonna play Mario Golf, but I don't feel like going through that again. You know what? Go through F-Zero probably. I don't think I have anything more to talk. You know what? I think I might just end it here because I don't have anything more to talk about. I actually don't feel like playing another game, so actually we're gonna end it here. God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves. I know this is kind of like a nothing burger stream. Nothing really happened here. I just talked about things. But, we'll have more things to talk about later on. God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys next year. This is the last stream for this year. As for that tier list video, I'm gonna probably not do that. I'm just gonna relax, chill with my folks, and we'll see what the next year brings. Uh, yeah, this was a good year. Some aspects, not in some others, but it was good. It was good overall. This was a grow for me. This was a growing year. Hopefully next year things start sprouting, but things have to grow before they bloom. We'll see. God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Oh, almost forgot. You see, I've been without streaming for so long that I almost forgot. I almost forgot to say prayer. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And to do thou, O Prince in the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl around the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Now we're done. Peace.